I'm here on the Tissot website looking at their Tissot PRX Powermatic 80 collection, a watch that has been tremendously popular since its release. I have tried this watch on at my local authorized Tissot dealer, and I wanted to see what the new 2022 collection had to offer. This watch is a homage to the Royal Oak, in my honest estimation. I was an owner of a Royal Oak. This watch captures the theme, while not a 100% copy of it, obviously. It does take the major styling elements from a Royal Oak. Not that there's anything wrong with that, especially given the price point being a mere fraction or a rounding error of the legendary Audemars Piguet watch. As a matter of fact, this watch costs less than the sales tax in most states of that Audemars Piguet watch. That being said, as I browse the website, I'm seeing a gold dial over a steel watch, and that, along with the markers in the hand, seem to be the only thing in gold. To be honest with you, this looks probably very, very cheap. There is not a hint of gold anywhere else, and I get it. They're trying to keep the price down, but the aesthetic of this watch with so much steel and very little gold doesn't do it for me. They claim in here, and I have no reason to doubt it, it was designed in the 1970s, and it does have that 1970s-esque steel sports watch design that is all the rage today. The bracelet is integrated, and that is a key feature of this watch. And for the price, it certainly is a very good bracelet. Here's one thing I don't get. While the movement may be nice on the inside, it is covered by the balance wheel. And that's really all you see. I don't get manufacturers trying to show a movement that's not adorned for the sake of showing a movement. At the end of the day, you can make the watch a lot slimmer by not having this feature that is just not necessary. That being said, let's discover the new collection. Right off the bat, there seem to be a whole bunch of new models apart from the standard blue dial. The first one that really catches my eye is the one on the, I'm assuming, leather strap that's made to look like crocodile. I can probably tell you for $625 in the United States, it's not crocodile. I will tell you the blue on the dial seems to match the blue on the strap, and that is a very, very powerful look. This watch actually looks more modern, and it's cheaper than the all stainless steel version. It certainly does seem to wear pretty well on the average wrist, if these pictures are anything to go by. Looking now at the very simple black dial. This actually reminds me of my Audemars Piguet Royal Oak, which had the dark gray dial with the exact same pattern on the dial itself. I'm perhaps not a huge fan of this watch, but I get it. For someone who wants to get into this genre of watches, I will say the black and blue are perhaps the easiest colors to wear, with the black simply being the easiest of them all. Next, we get to the watch I saw earlier that I didn't like. The one with the gold bezel and the gold markers and the gold hands. As you can see out here, it seems to wash out. I'm not sure this is a very good looking watch. And at $675, to be honest with you, it looks cheaper than it is. Boy, are we going down the train of not the prettiest watches as the prices go up. This one has a brown dial that certainly looks pretty good as I zoom in on it now. The fluted bezel seems to have a definite Rolex-like feel. Without this mass of steel surrounding just this bezel and the dial, I would say this is a really good-looking watch. The problem comes to me when you look at this whole mass of steel around it, and you're left with a unflattering contrast between the perhaps rose gold and the steel. This one I'm not a huge fan of. Next, we get to the ubiquitous green dial, whether it's Patek Philippe and the Nautilus, to Rolex, to the new Omega models of the Seamaster that I reviewed, and I will link that video in the description below. This watch captures the essence of today at a significantly lower price point. I will say this watch actually does well on the steel bracelet. This watch is perhaps, along with the watch with the blue strap, two of my favorites. I would genuinely go for a watch like this. And looking at it in a close-up, it seems to have all the elements of a very, very attractive watch. Green is somewhat more difficult to wear than black or blue. It requires a certain boldness that the wearer will have to project when they wear this watch, but it is a statement piece in my opinion. So, as I've been through the collection, which one do I think is the best? Is it the original? Is it the green dial? Or is it the blue dial with the blue strap? And I will say it is the blue dial with the blue strap. This one is more unique. And the reason I say that is this one is not trying to be a cheap version of a Holy Trinity watch, whether that be the Royal Oak or the Nautilus. This watch is shaping its own destiny. And that's what I really, really like about this watch. If I was to pick one of these watches out, this would be the watch I would pick out. And the price is significantly lower than the gold watches and is $25 cheaper than the steel models. There is a case to be made, however, to buy the steel models and to buy a replacement strap, which I'm assuming you can get from Tissot. The strap is an elegant looking strap. It's made to look like crocodile. I'm not sure it's going to wear as beautifully as a crocodile strap does, but certainly this watch, with all of its details, is the winner for me. As new watches are released, I will consistently be looking at the websites and giving you my opinion on the watches that I would personally choose to add to my collection. Who knows? Maybe in one of these videos, I'm going to click the add to basket and buy button. So do stay tuned to this channel. I hope you're enjoying the content.